What up, everybody out there in podcast land? Thank you for tuning in yet again to another episode of Ken and Ross Present. The Year I Said a podcast. We expressing with our full capabilities to everybody wants recreational facilities. Brainchild of my child. I'm the dad half of this operation. Ross Cooper. As always, I'm a little hype right now. I don't even know why I'm hype. I'm just hype right now. I'm rocking with the best. My co-host, please introduce yourself to the folk.
Yeah, we're good. Everybody's having a good day, month, year, hour, second, all that good stuff. You watching on other platforms. Please share with your friends, your family, your enemies, your pets, the bug on the road, aliens is about to abduct you. And if you're watching on YouTube, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Because if you don't, you're going to have a bad day.
That's real light though, man.
Okay,
Like it
so
better
which one
when
is it? I'm too heavy. Now I'm too light.
I
Oh,
mean, can you
what do
get
you
it
want?
somewhere?
What do
Can you
you
get it
want?
somewhere in
A
the
bad
middle?
day
Get
is
it
just a
somewhere.
bad day. That's right enough. It could be you hit your toe on the bed. You might be late for work. I don't know.
Wow, fam. Wow, wow,
Want
wow,
me to
wow,
say
wow,
I
wow.
wish you gonna
That's
have a horrific day if you don't do them stuff? Is that what you want me to say? Is that good enough?
okay. All right, all right.
You
So
can do it. You can take over.
no,
I
no, 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 no. I'm gonna
yeah.
let you do your thing. I mean, if next week, well, you're actually gonna be on vacation for weeks, but if next time we get back to this and you wishing doom, gloom, and half the apocalypse, all right, I understand.
I don't gotta wish that. That's already gonna happen.
See, not, okay, all right. I got nothing. I got nothing, man.
Because you know it's true.
Um, no, I do not.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
how
out
all
here.
these events and stuff that's happened don't remind you end times. I don't know what will.
I'm sorry, I didn't read Revelations and get shook. I kind of set that aside,
It's
but
cool.
yeah,
Well, somebody one line. Somebody have. Ain't got
sound
nothing
like
to
an
do with the
intimidate.
Bible. Ain't got nothing to do with the Bible. We can just go on movies and shit. But yeah, let's get into it.
Anywho, on the first piece of this puzzle, I gotta do a little bit of a correction. So last part we talked about Andrew, and we said, hey, maybe just maybe this has nothing to erase at all. Could be age, so on and so forth, right? Kind of dived into that because like didn't want to jump the gun, didn't want to jump the gun. Well, apparently, maybe just maybe, we didn't because according to his own grandson, this isn't surprising. In certain aspects of it, we were, I think, spot on about. Like we said, hey, this doesn't rest solely there. This could have something to do with law enforcement. And sure enough, as more details have come out, he went in, made a statement, and they was like, "Oh no, you cool, you go home, you good." So there's that. But apparently, his grandson, yeah, you got some racism going on there. So there's that. So I'm like, wait, give me 1 second here. But yeah, and I'm like, okay, there's more truth coming out, and apparently there might have been some racist motivations there. Um, Here's the funny thing. I know we're kind of doing a correction, or I'm kind of doing a correction, right? But I still don't think I'm totally wrong. I'm not 100, and this is where that interesting thing, where two things, Kanan voice, two things can be true. Maybe he is a racist, and he could be an ageist as well, because I'm not 100% certain if it was a allegedly 6 foot white kid standing at his door, what he thought was trying to break in, he wouldn't have did the same thing. But his grandson gives us context to say, nah, your man's coming from that era. He comes from that side of tracks.
Then
So
that
there's
that
that.
then that means you were completely wrong. Because that's
It does.
if your old flesh and blood says yo, he like that. I'm pretty sure it went differently if it was a tall white kid at his door. I mean,
I will say
your
this.
family confirmed that you're so. I mean, you're completely wrong. There is no half right. You're wrong. You failed his own grandson admitted it.
I will
It
say
was
this.
racially motivated.
The grandson does look, and the grandson does look biracial. The grandson does look like he got some brother in him. So I'm like, if
So
anybody would know, he would know, right?
even if he was black,
But
you would know. That's his grandpa. He definitely would know.
and there's a lot of that. there's a lot of because I have a lot of white friends, so on and so forth. But there's a and you really see it with interracial couples, because it's like a black person, white person get together, and the white person's grandparents come from a certain era, and they got all the problems in the world come Thanksgiving dinner. So I get it, but and it's sad because this goes back to what you said before. Sad we have to ask this question, but the question is, so what? You saying if he saw now? The thing is, it's just you. I'm sorry, you can't ignore the age thing, and this is also going to come up during whatever trial there is. You talking about an 84-year-old person, regardless of you talking about an 84-year-old person looking outside, presumably in the dark. You see somebody you say is a 6 foot person. Now, mind you, Ralph Yarl is nowhere near that big, nowhere near, right? And you think they're trying to break in. Dude is 84 years old. I'm not making an excuse, but
You
he
are.
don't strike me as it. No, he don't
Yeah.
strike me as an 84-year-old that
He,
had all of his
he
faculties
does.
working
He,
properly.
you don't have that excuse no more after your grandson just told you you're racist. And then you know what most racists will say in their excuse to shoot a black person? Oh, I was fearing for my life. I thought you were trying to break in.
This is true.
And so they will use the same terminology to try to get
So,
off.
so let
So
me let
yeah,
me let me ask
yeah,
you a question then.
yeah.
How do you think he saw a 6 foot black person at his door
I
when
don't
he
think
is
he actually.
clearly
I
when he is
don't think he.
clearly not that?
And
Ralph is
I don't.
clearly not
I
that,
don't think
right?
you understand what I'm saying. He said that because he's racist. So that will paint the picture that he was actually scared, when in reality, I don't think he thought he was 6'4". He just saw a black nigga outside his door at heaven knows what time, and this is my opportunity to blast his ass.
10 o'clock at night.
I mean, I just
So
told you, you just
so
agreed and
you
said
think
most racist people use those terms and that language to
agree,
try to paint the
agree.
picture to make sure that they're afraid and that make you afraid of the description that you're giving so they can get off scotch free whatever the hell they did to him. Sorry. That excuse went out the once
I'm
you
I'm gonna
told me
put
his
it to you
grandson
like
said
this.
that, I'm sorry, you ain't got no excuse no more, bro. That went out the
I'm gonna
window.
put it to you like this. I ain't never heard somebody that old have an issue with black folk and not throw the N word in there.
He
I'm
said
also
boy.
gonna go with
What did he?
none of
Well,
that.
not boy. No,
No, nope,
he
didn't say
said
anything.
don't
He
be
said
don't come from around here,
don't come
right?
around, don't come around here. Right.
That's dangerously
So
close.
no boy,
That's
no N
dangerously
word.
close. That's dangerously close. Don't come from around here. So if a white person say that you walk over and you just walking down the street or whatever in a white neighborhood and they just scream, "Don't come around here," you just going to take that as
But see,
oh,
that's the thing. They don't. They say don't be in this neighborhood, or they toss that N word at the end. It's never
oh, they
that
don't
vague.
have to anymore. It means the same thing. It's really the same thing as saying the no, you know what versus pause. It means the same thing. It's just a different word. One sounds better. You say no homo versus pause, it's the same thing, but the
I'm
pause sounds
I'm
better.
I'm I'm
It's the same thing.
I'm gonna put it to you like this. It's gonna be an interesting. It's gonna be an interesting trial
If
because
his grandson,
you also have stand your ground laws in place. You also have age in place because you mean to tell me again? I'm looking at dude. He don't look like he all there. Just a cursory observation, which means because
if any racists look like they're all there,
if I'm a defense attorney, I'm asking for an eye exam. Because how do you take this slight brother and say it was a 6 foot black guy at my door? You can't just make that grand leap. You know what it is? You can't see. You
or
can't
you
see.
can see, and you just made the excuse because you are doing his job for him and making all the damn excuses.
I'm
See,
not okay.
if
Hold on.
what
Let me
messed
let
his
me
whole
let me be
argument
clear.
up is this his grandson snitched on him. So now it's over. Maybe not in the
Let me be
law,
clear.
but to me it's over. The law will probably still let him walk just because of all the stuff
The
you
law
just
ain't gonna let him walk because he's
yeah,
wrong
yeah.
no matter how you slice it. No matter
You
how you slice
just
it, he's
said
in
he
the
just
wrong.
stand your ground. How the law will let him walk for that?
Not necessarily because now I got to get into specifics. You got to get into technicalities and specifics. And if you feel your life is threatened, well, now you got to clarify How do you feel your life is threatened when someone's outside of your door? You're behind the door, they're behind the door.
That's
That's one.
still your problem.
Two, why did you go to the door with a gun? You still have some explaining to do, dog.
No, you
Why
don't.
would you go to why would you, oh, you do. You do.
Do you know how
Because
property works? Just say
because a normal
you
human
don't have
being,
to be in the house to be on someone's property. The property starts from probably outside to get to the
but see
driveway.
now I gotta remind you what you said. You didn't have to go to the door in the first place.
No, you didn't. I said this could have been avoided, but he's still gonna walk because you just said it stands your ground. He was on his property. Yes, he
Because
was. He
problem
was.
point
He was
A
on
is
his property.
you went to the door with a gun in hand. That's problem point A.
You just said.
Somebody
Did you say last?
somebody ringing your doorbell at an off hour is not cause for you to go get your gun. They're outside your door.
You?
You
Hold
could
on.
you could just ignore that completely.
We gonna kill your whole argument. You just said you go to the door to blinky when this happened. So what are we talking about?
No, I said I want to answer the door. I'm not going to the
No,
door.
you said you get the blinky and see who it was. That's what you said. That don't lie now. That's on tape. you said you do the same thing. I'll get the blinky
No,
too.
I said
You
I
said he had the right
understand.
idea. That's what you said.
I said I understand, but at the end of the day, the real is, yo, people not, everyone in a certain neighborhood and probably lives in a house or an apartment and probably has somebody ring the door by accidentally. I'm not going to the door.
Well, he's
I'm not
old.
answering the door. Not to
He's
mention,
old.
I'd have a ring camera. I'm not
He's
answering the door.
he's old school. He might not have a ring camera. Then
If I
what?
hear a ding dong at 10:30 and it ain't Amazon or so, I'm not leave the door. Oh, okay. End of story.
I mean, you might
I'm
be
not
old, but
going.
you're not 85 years old. So I mean, he doesn't have a ring camera.
That's gonna be another question. But the bottom line is, stand your
That's
ground is
another
not gonna
question. He don't got
stand
a
your
ring.
ground's not stand your ground's not gonna fly. It's a law, but it's not gonna fly.
Okay.
You felt your life
It's
was endangered because you went to the door. Why
he
did
was
you go
on
to
my
the one?
property. Now you got me copied for this movie. And I'm just saying how they're going to see it. I'm not saying that I believe any of this shit
You
because this
can't.
all could have been avoided. Yes, you
Wait,
can.
hold on.
Stand
All
your
I'm
ground
saying is
work,
this.
marvelous. Even in places where it even shouldn't have, it still worked. So you telling me someone at night, unexpected, is on your property and you're old as hell, scared. You don't think scaring
Allegedly,
ground's gonna work? Oh, it's definitely gonna work. I'm sorry.
it's not gonna work
It
because
will.
the bottom line. See, here's the thing. We're debating two different things. I'm debating the racial angle is not what we think it is.
I
And the governor of Missouri made a statement, and I can't. And I hate to be that guy. I hate to be that guy.
yeah.
The governor of Missouri made a statement saying Biden is trying to politicize it
He
because
is.
Biden
He's running
felt the
again.
need to. And I was just about to say, bruh, it's a very interesting timing that this happens. You call, the White House calls, right? And then a few days later, I'm running for reelection.
He gonna make it? I mean, he ain't gonna win next year, but I mean, is he gonna make it?
I don't know which one is scarier. I don't know which one is scarier because I'm like, look, you know how we do on this show.
Trump is winning. I'm sorry. Trump
Trump,
2024, baby.
Trump ain't winning because he ain't running.
Yes,
They're gonna
he
shut
is
him.
running.
They're gonna shut him all the way down.
Well, they're not.
He
You
got
can't.
cases. He got cases on his head.
I don't know if you saw, but even in prison, he can still win. And you guess what
He
happens if
got
he wins?
cases.
Guess what happens if he wins in prison? He can exonerate himself. I ain't gonna lie, that would be the hardest thing any human's ever done in life. Imagine getting locked up with so many charges and you get out and you the boss of everybody in that bubble.
Bruh, they got him on a civil rape case. I can promise you this. I
He's
hate to
gonna win.
hate to go down the conspiracy theory rabbit hole, but whatever happens, he gonna catch one of them L's. He ain't gonna do no jail time, but it's gonna keep him from running. He gonna catch an L just to keep him from running. The problem is that's actually a worst case scenario
Yeah,
because
other guy.
so let's play along. Let's say somehow old Trumpy boy does walk, right?
Yes.
So you mean to tell me in 4 years what we have is two 80-year-old white guys trying to run things again? Two 80-year-old white
4 years.
guys.
You mean
That's
1 year? 2020,
no no
4
no
years?
no 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 no. Remember, we just be running back
Oh, you talking about with
4 years.
Trump?
No, I'm just saying in general. We just ran it back. So all we be doing is run it back. So last 4 years ago, it was these two old white guys. You
Isn't
mean
that
to tell
always the
me
case?
in 4 years, 4 years later, the best y'all can come up with is two old white guys.
That's
That's the best
always
y'all can
the.
come up with.
Isn't that how it's always been?
No. In
Beside
'08, we got a black.
Obama.
Well, yeah, in '08, we got a
I
black
said
guy.
that's wow. We named one time in the whole history of this country.
Well,
Yeah.
after that, we got the white guy and we got the woman. So
What women? Are you talking
Hillary,
about? Or are we talking about just races? Or are we talking about actually winning?
we talking about who the candidates
I don't
available.
care about that. I can be a candidate. I'm talking about who won.
No, I'm talking about the candidates because I'm still saying like, so you mean
Well,
to tell me in 4 years
Hillary ain't winning.
we still came up with two old white guys? That's what we came up with.
Who else we
The
gonna get?
same two old white guys.
Who else we gonna get?
I mean, this was supposed to be the alley. This was supposed to be the lob to Kamala, but she
Yeah,
out here, she out
she
here
that up.
capping. She out here
Cancel.
caping for Biden.
Yeah, because
Like
then
this would have
keeps the
been a perfect
distraction from
time
her.
too.
Yeah,
This would have
because
been the perfect time. Perfect time to say,
he
"Hey,
was
I'm
not
running.
going
My
to win.
running
She
mate."
wasn't going to win. I'm sorry. I don't think anyone blue is going to win. It's going back red. This is inevitable,
Nah, I don't
which
think
means it's going to be
you
Trump.
can't.
It's going to be Trump.
It's
Biden did
not
such a
because,
fucked up job that it's going to be
but he didn't
whoever's on the
though.
other side going to win.
But he didn't though.
Okay.
Like here's what's gonna be told. Here's what's gonna be said. Um, the conservative Supreme Court said that by Trump took away women's rights. He fought for it. He brought us back out of COVID. He really forgave student debt. There's a lot of shit
That shit,
that he
that
can
student,
ride
that
on.
shit's
There's a
bullshit.
lot that he can. No, it's not.
The student, that shit's bullshit for majority of people. The out of COVID thing, yeah, when we got out of COVID, everything went to shit. Inflation went through the window. Mass shootings went up. Everything went to shit
And
with
he's fighting again. He's
I'm
fighting for
not gonna
gun
lie,
control.
when Trump was in control, when COVID was happening, everything was kind of straight. But the second he got out and Biden came in and then that shit supposedly ended, everything got worse.
Are you coming out the Republican closet, sir?
Where
Are
my
you
red
coming out
hat
the
at, baby?
Are you coming out the Republican? Do I need to
I'm
get
just
you a
telling the
MAGA
truth.
hat?
I'm just
Get
telling
you
the
a
truth.
MAGA hat made in
I'm
China?
telling the truth. I hate both. I hate both of you completely. All of you. We need a third party.
Bruh, you can't.
But
You
since
can't.
since we're not going to get a third party, you know what? We might as well choose the lesser of two evils. You know what I'm saying?
And it ain't that dude. Like you got too much. Bro got too much
I
blood
mean,
on
we
his
don't
hands.
want the dude from Florida. That would be way worse. We gonna have him
That's
at part two.
sadly if, and that's my concern. Trump is gonna get one of these charges. They ain't gonna do no jail time. Just gonna keep him from running, which means
But would you rather have Trump
DeSantis
or Florida?
DeSantis is gonna get denied.
No. Would you rather have Trump or DeSantis? Probably Trump. You know it's Trump. You know they geeking
I
in Florida, bro.
mean, it's the lesser
Nah,
lesser of
no.
two evils.
Yeah, it is lesser of two evils, and I'm taking the lesser.
But I don't know. It's all a shit show. I mean, if we gonna do, but I'm just
I
saying,
mean,
like in the
interesting.
to the non-thinking regular American, Trump wouldn't beat Biden because there's too much blood. You dropped the ball. Like the one you can just say one word, Trump is done. COVID. You dropped the ball with COVID, and there were how many hundreds of thousands of deaths on your hand on your watch.
What the hell?
Case closed.
Blame China.
And that's what he's gonna try to do, and it's gonna look just as lame.
I mean, technically it came from there, so you can't fault something happened. He just reacted
You
poorly.
can't. Bingo. And that poor reaction cost lives.
I mean, but then people didn't want to go inside too. Did we forget that? People did not want to stay inside. They thought it was dependent on our rights that you're going to keep us inside for
Well,
1% death rate. So
as
it's like,
Biden told us, it was a pandemic of the unvaccinated. You know, it was unvaccinated
and
people's
it
fault.
turns out that's all lies. What happened to Fauci or whatever his name is? You can't find him
Good
anymore.
question.
Where is he? Because after
Now,
all
there
this
you
leaked
go thinking
documents
again.
came out, oh, he went quiet.
There you go thinking again.
I
There you go
mean,
being an
thinking.
independent. There you go being an independent thinker again.
So no, we ain't gonna put this on Trump. Biden had a part of this bullshit too. So yeah,
Biden told
no,
everybody. Biden told everybody to mask up. Biden told everybody to get in the house.
which was
Biden told
bullshit.
everybody to get Biden told everybody to get the jab.
Which was
He
bullshit.
saved. He possibly saved millions of
No,
lives.
he didn't. It was bullshit.
Yeah, I know. But I'm telling you, to the
No,
to the average non-thinking American,
you can't bullshit.
they go ride with it.
Hey,
They go ride. Like they gotta make Trump take an L. Because Trump versus Biden, we're gonna get the same result.
yeah, Trump
Is
gonna
now
win.
at this point is no, no,
Yes,
no.
he is.
Trump didn't win before.
I promise you, he gonna win.
He incited a riot against the cat. It's too easy to pick him apart. They got to get DeSantis.
It's not.
It's so
You
easy
get
to
to
pick him apart.
Santos, we gonna have something way worse. Y'all gonna find out how
Oh,
terrible
if they get DeSantis,
it's getting
which
way
they
worse.
will,
Getting
he's
worse.
gonna beat Biden.
And that's
Like,
worse. I'd rather have
oh,
Biden.
I'm aware.
I would
I'm
rather
aware.
have Biden. I'll have Trump and Biden together. And I'm with him.
I'm
You know,
aware.
I
I'm
might move to
aware.
Canada this motherfucker wins. I swear to God, boy. We
I
about
mean, I'm aware. We said the same thing with Trump though, but I'm aware.
No, I didn't.
But
Trump. I was like, we'll see what happens. We didn't know. It was
no,
like, okay,
no, no. I
we'll
was
see
like,
what
we're about to.
happens. And then it went kind of predictably, but it didn't go as worse as I thought it would go. But with that Florida dude, man, we about to look like Germany in the 1940s or 30s,
See,
boy.
here's an unpopular opinion, but nonetheless, it's only opinion because I can't give you every fact behind it. Black people's lives did not get exponentially better with Obama, and they have not gotten exponentially worse under Trump. How do I know this? Because the hood is still the hood, and the brothers I know that was on the come up came up, and the cats that was doing bad still doing bad.
That's
So
long.
so it's like,
That's never gonna change. I'm sorry. So I don't know
but
why
you know,
you brought that
unpopular
up.
because folks put too much stock who's sitting in that office. Now I will say this though.
Congress
I
matters
will
more.
say this. I will say this. Women's lives have gotten exponentially worse in certain states. That
Yeah,
now
but that's
that is
con
quantified.
that's why people, like I said, I figured this out in freaking high school that the president, yeah, he's the head, he's the face, but the ones that you need to be concerned about and really vote for that affects your lives directly is who's in your state, your governor, your mayor, and the Congress. You need those. Those are more important than the president. I'm sorry to say
Mm-hmm.
it. Those are more important.
Mm-hmm.
Your governor, your mayor, and your Congress. That's who you need to worry about.
Always, 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 always. But you know, people miss that part. But because again, and there's another reason why Republicans are going to get slaughtered. They just refuse to have real conversations about gun control. They continue to continuously dick ride the NRA and the Second Amendment. And I'm like, okay, when you have these, you know, because we talked about we one of the topics we were discussing now is these accidental shootings. You got cheerleaders who got in the wrong car. Dude got out. They get like, oh shit, my bad. You know, get in the car. They get in their car. This motherfucker gets out the car and goes and blasts them in their car. Like what?
That's what I'm like, yo. And you look at them like, and they get out. It's like, my bad. All right, I don't need to blast
And
you for that.
dog, it is just like again, this whole you need guns to fight crime and like I've said it before and I've said it again. They're not coming to rob you. The Mexican cartel is not coming to murder you and your family.
Unless you're in Mexico.
Um, I,
Hey, it's the truth, though. I'm sorry. Hey, I just see another story about some Americans getting killed going down there. So I'm just saying, don't. Hey, that's where you need to be concerned. Don't worry about what you hear.
I want to call you an ass so bad right now. I really do. I want to call you an ass so bad right now.
Tell the truth, people lose their minds, man.
I want to call you an ass so bad right.
I mean, hey, they learning though because they apologize. I never thought I'd see that in life. So they're learning. They're showing some remorse, some empathy.
I can't hold you an ass.
What?
You are an ass. You
Did
are
they
an ass.
not apologize? Am I just
You
making stuff up?
well, hold on. Reroute some serious shit though. I do need the Mexican government to step in though, because sadly, if you remember a few months ago, we talked about Shanquella Robinson, who went on a trip to Mexico with her friends and never made it back home. And we saw some very disturbing video of the young sister, and certain things didn't add up as far as the autopsy and what they said happened. the FBI is not going to pursue any charges against them, which I think only leaves the Mexican government at this point, and or street justice.
Uh,
But
that's not gonna happen. You want to know why it's not on Mexico and it's on U.S. again? They can't extradite them back here. They're not in Mexico no more. They're here. So, and I think I've seen a story that Mexico is actually looking into this, and they need them to extradite them to charge them. U.S.
oh,
is
see,
not doing it.
I gotta look into that because I'm like,
Well, if the U.S. is not willing to extradite their own, then this is all on the U.S., not
then
Mexico.
that makes it really really shitty. Because
Because
I promise
oh
you,
yeah, if it was the other way
if
around,
Mexic, yeah, I promise you, if Mexicans did some dirt here, boy,
oh
oh,
yeah.
they gone, yeah.
But that's
Shit,
the beauty of
I'm
being
trying to
the
remember
bully.
when El Chapo. I'm trying to think, was El Chapo in Mexico or here when he got caught?
I think he was Mexico. I don't know. I don't know.
Right, exactly. So I'm like, so yeah, I mean, if the Mexican government can do something, it'd be great.
They can't.
If I was gonna say, if the U.S. government is stalling and the reason for this, then yeah.
They are. They have to extradite, and I'm pretty sure they're not dumb enough to go down there themselves. So yeah, if I'm them, the U.S. is not pursuing me, and it shows no sign of extraditing me, but the Mexican government wants to look into it. It doesn't matter. You can't get me because if you do, it's going to be a problem.
But
Shame on you,
that's
U.S. bastards.
as per usual, as per usual. But where I was going with that is, yeah, these Republicans don't want to have any real conversations about gun control, changing the laws. They dick ride the NRA, they dick ride the Second Amendment, and now we're getting to the point where shit is getting to the wild wild west. Like, damn. Now I'll be honest with you, I could have got blasted a couple of times because I drive a car that's not totally but relatively common. I was at the gym once and somebody literally had the same make, model, and color as my car. I am literally standing there hitting the joint like, what is wrong with my door? What's wrong with my door? Why? So I'm like, all right, fine. I go old school. I put the key in the damn door, try to twist it. Luckily, wasn't nobody in the car, but that was not my car. My car was a couple of rows away.
You definitely would have got
Same
blasted.
spot.
I don't know how you didn't remember that, but that's
Cause it's the exact same car. I just, bro, it was a workout. I'm after workout. I'm not even thinking. I'm just like, yo, let me get home. I'm sore and tired.
this
And it
is
was
how
dark.
okay. You gonna end up like that cop. You're just gonna walk in the wrong place and just blast somebody. Yeah, don't get you a gun. Unless somebody been sitting in that car, you probably would start blasting too. So yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, but this is oh man, my house is on fire. Let me put it out with a blowtorch. That's what this is starting to seem like.
Inferno. Nah, you don't use a blowtorch, you use Inferno. Switch Inferno to a fire. Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, yeah. I'm like, we really gotta have. But this is also another reason why Republicans will lose because we're getting to the tipping point where look, if it's not happening, there's nothing to report on. People want to say it's a media creation, and I get that. But if people ain't blasting people, there's nothing to report.
Right. You
But
think
it's
it's
like
big?
every no, because what I hear a lot of is, oh, the media keeps reporting this, the media, they want to slant it, they want to broadcast so they can try to push this gun control agenda. Listen, dog, if you're
When
not
you
blasted, people are not getting blasted. We don't have this
right.
problem, do we?
Because then you can call it a hoax. But people was getting blasted on record levels. Right. It seems it gets worse every year. We break a new record. So I mean, what the only time it was kind of mellow and somewhat low was when we were inside. That's why I said that was kind of like as much as bad COVID was and people quote unquote hated it. I see a lot of people like, damn, during COVID, it was kind of besides some people dying from the disease, if it was actually the disease, air quotes. But besides from that,
Bro,
it opened the eyes to a lot of the bullshit that goes on. Everyone's inside, so no school shoots, no mass shoots. You can everything's virtual, including work, school, so it makes everything more convenient. You're home
right,
more with your family, blah. You have more free time to do things, to breathe. And
right.
then when everything opened back up, and now we gotta go back to these big ass buildings we built, so we can't just go virtual again. So everything went to shit. And then of course with everything on the shit, the inflation going up the ass and people getting paid less, blah, 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 and mental health being at a very, very high rate right now, which is probably why all this is happening. Because we don't address it here at all. We just throw you in the cage and say, yeah, deal with it. Yeah, it's just everything got worse after COVID. You would think it would get better. It gotten worse after the COVID. Pre-COVID and during COVID, wasn't horrible. Wasn't great, but wasn't horrible.
Mm-hmm.
After COVID, post-COVID, it's oh my God. What they need to reset the matrix, man. It's malfunctioning. That's
Well,
all.
Neo. But yeah, it's just we need to have a conversation at least. And it doesn't seem like Republicans want to even have a conversation. Like that's the thing. Like ain't nobody saying throw all over the way, well, except for me. But in the real political arena, you don't even want to talk about it. Let's come to the table and talk about it because people getting blasted for basically nothing. And all these guns ain't preventing or lowering crime.
It's not.
In fact, you end up shooting, like I told you, you end up shooting your fucking cousin in the dark because you thought you forgot you gave him a key, so you thought you were getting your house broken into, or you end up shooting a kid that you swore was a 6 foot black person at your door at 10 o'clock at night. So all these guns, and what do we have to show for it?
More bodies.
And you can't continually ride with this whole, well, in case the government decides. That's just been hollow for a minute.
Bro, that doesn't matter. That's not going to stop nothing. We already had this conversation. It's the government. Let's
Like
just say the Florida dude wins and he really wants to just hostile takeover. There is nothing we can do about it.
At this point, if we rewound time to say maybe even the 80s, you kind of a little bit got a shot, small shot. At this point, between robots, between drones, like your little arsenal ain't gonna do shit. They cut the telephone wires, they cut the power, they fly a few drones and sprinkle some magic dust on all of y'all. Good night.
Bro, they have well, besides, they have chemical warfare. They have diseases.
That's my point.
They have drones. They have robots. They have freaking androids, I'm pretty sure. Like, so it's like, bro, what are we gonna do with all this, bro? We're not just fighting people. We fighting robots too, bro. We lost.
If we really want to do it. If we really want to do that. We really want to do it. That's what we're doing here. So it's like,
yeah, my little AR-15 ain't gonna do nothing against a drone with a missile that hit me from 2 miles away. What are we doing?
Like, you sitting here having a meeting and there's a drone sitting right outside the door. Like, come on now. Like,
easy way or the hard way?
And at this juncture, you don't like the technology. Here's the thing. You keep BLM, and I know people have their issues with BLM, right?
I do.
But the thing about BLM is that you had a multi-dimensional, well, not multi-dimensional. There was no designated leader because you learned from the Panthers, from the NOI. When you took out Malcolm, you took out the NOI to a certain degree. When you took out Bobby, Huey and Bobby, when you took out Fred Hampton, you really cut the head off the snake, right? So when you don't have one leader, you can't really say, we'll target this person. Because the other issue we have right now is the very technology that oh shit, that's so dope. Do people not realize it's the same shit they can use against you? Bro, with the advances made, like it doesn't even have to be warfare. With the advances made in AI, there can be an image released, not even an image, there could actually be a whole tape released of me saying something inflammatory at a place that I ain't never been with amazing clarity and detail.
Yeah.
Like people was tripping because AI released some kind of Jay-Z Drake track that doesn't even exist.
It sounded real. That's the scary
part. Right. And it's like, yo, that's dope. No, motherfucker, do you understand the implications here? You can keep all the guns you want. The government, where I was going with that is this. The government don't even got to really roll tanks in. They recognize if you are a troublemaker, and release something to assassinate your character. And people, the American public is so borderline stupid, and this one ain't even stupid. It's gonna look real. Like I went off the deep end for a second. Like, let's hurry up and get to because your man Jonathan Majors is going through it right now. He down bad.
It's over. Nah, it's over.
He down bad. No, it ain't over.
It's
When
over.
Marvel, it's over when Marvel says it's over, and
Have
Marvel
you?
has not said it's over.
I don't know. Real quick, have you looked at Disney Plus? Because they got the Ant-Man on there. He's not on that cover anymore. They took him off. Like the movie posters and like the you see the covers of people. Because I'm 100% sure he was on that cover before all this
Yeah,
happened. But now
agreed.
you look at it, he's not there. You just see Ant-Man and the Wasp and everyone else. You don't see him at all. So
Okay,
I
now
think
you
they're
got me think.
preparing.
I gotta see that. Now I didn't catch that.
I didn't catch it either because I didn't care. But someone told me. And I looked. I'm like, yo, he not there. And he's the
Okay,
main villain.
I gotta look. When
Because he was
Marvel
there
says
before.
it's over. When Marvel drops the hammer, I'm like, okay, you're done.
They're
But
going to.
Marvel has not dropped the hammer.
They're going to. It's getting
What's
bad.
it? What as I heard, shout out to the brothers on the JBP on Joe Rogan podcast as they talked about, and I was like, got a point there. What's taking so long?
For who? Marvel?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're
Because
thinking about it.
being the biggest, I got nothing saying they're thinking about. All I hear is these sources and blah blah blah. I have nothing for real. I've looked, but nothing.
I mean, I think they're
So
trying.
when Marvel drops the hammer, I'll ride with it. But they haven't dropped the hammer,
I think they
and
are.
them being the house that the mouse built. Oh, something like this, they need to get away from quick. So if they have not dropped the hammer,
I
like I
think
said,
they.
when Marvel dips out, oh, you done, you
I
done,
think
done.
they're doing their due diligence and they're waiting. Because, like I say, I keep saying he has a video to clear his name, but it has yet to come out. So I'm
Like
like, I don't. So I don't know
the
what are
only
you waiting for?
video, the only video out there is the girl was seen at the club partying after this whole
No.
event.
You talking about he's supposedly has a video of the whole incident.
Right.
Where is that? You
Well,
should have
that's
released that.
to a certain extent. I don't know if you saying you got your your finger broke, you got lacerations, this and that. Would you be at the club partying? That's going to be the question. That's what they're trying to infer. Bruh, if you got lacerations and this, that, and the third, your finger broken, blah, 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 how you at the club partying?
I don't need my hands to shake my ass. Pause. That's not me. I'm
No,
just saying
we are
word.
not gonna be doing that pause goofy shit, yo.
No, we
We are
definitely
not
go first. I did not mean for me. I was speaking for I don't do any. We don't do that here. Black Panther.
right.
Rest in peace, Chadwick. But yeah,
Yeah. So but yeah, if that's the other question. If you got definitive video, what you waiting for? Because
that's
this
what I
could have
just
been over.
said. That's
Yeah,
yo.
no,
This
I'm with you. No, I'm with you. Like on Marvel's end, it's like if this is as bad as we thought, Marvel would have dropped the hammer. They haven't. But on the flip, dog, if you got legit video evidence to clear your name, what you waiting on?
that's what I'm
On
thinking.
the only thing I think of is this. Um, you look at two really big figures. When Kobe had his allegations, everybody got ghost quick. Nike, everybody dropped immediately. And then Kobe came on the other side and it was like, oh, our bad. When Tiger had his shit, Nike was like, nah, we learn from the Kobe situation. We gonna stick this out and see what happens. We gonna ride with Tiger, right? So these major conglomerates are figuring out don't drop the hammer instantly, depending on
Duh.
what it is.
No, it shouldn't be dependent, bruh. Wait till the full facts come out. This is why public opinion and you're always guilty. Because everyone's going, you read the headline, you just gonna say guilty. He
It
did that.
depends. Like I said, it depends on what it is.
No,
I
it
mean,
didn't.
and then the most infamous is Ray Rice. The NFL acted in the way they saw fit based on half the tape. When the rest of that tape came out, it was like, oh nah, fam, nah, B, we
Yeah,
can't,
but that was because it
nah,
got
B.
leaked to the public. No, we weren't supposed to see that tape. Remember that. Someone leaked that. And then everyone's like, hold on, you gave him three games or whatever how many games after
I think
you
it was
just Mike
two.
Tyson him? What? And you saw that video, was like, yeah, 3 games, he good. She walk it off. Like, what? What is this? So I was like, yeah, the NFL dropped the ball in there because they didn't do their due diligence to look at the whole slate of facts. You watch half a video and thought, all right, them arguing the video, pushing by, all right, that's not horrible. We got players that done worse. And then you just ignore the second half where it's like, oh, that's where the real shit happened. And then I guess you weren't doing anything because I think someone linked it because you didn't do enough. That's the only reason why I got out, if I remember correctly.
Then I said I had to go back in time.
I
I didn't
think
know
that's what happened.
because the way could have put it this way, the way the NFL spun it, and I'm not saying that's what actually what it was. The way the NFL spun it is that they never had that second tape.
That's a lie.
That's how they spun it.
That's a lie.
So I don't remember. I just remember like most of us, like, dude, you literally left hook off and her head just rebounded off the joint. Like that could have went way worse.
If he connected all the way, he didn't really connect. She just the force of her hitting her head on the thing is what knocked her out, and she was drunk. But yeah, if
Either
he'd have
way,
connected, she
but
probably would have died. Yeah, probably.
but so yeah, going back to where we started, like these, I will say it doesn't look good that his management company has dropped him.
Oh yeah,
It
that's way
doesn't.
bad.
It doesn't look good that folks are coming forward talking about, yo, there might be other instances. So this
It's
when
done
I think it's one of those things. Marvel is really just waiting to see like when we drop the hammer, it's gonna be
for
undisputed.
sure. Yeah,
It's gonna
hey,
be yeah,
I got no problem with that. We saw
right.
what happened to Johnny Depp and all these other people, bro. I have no problem. Everyone dropped him quick, fast, in a hurry. Ended his career. And now we find out we were wrong. Oh yeah, and Amber Heard is still going to be in that movie. I'm not seeing that.
Yeah, I think they're gonna take a serious L.
Stupid.
Oh, the trailer for the trailer, and I gotta admit, I know your boy Ezra is special, but it just makes me, it pisses me off. It's like watching Black Adam. That trailer for Batman, I mean, that trailer for Flash looks dope as hell. Like, yo, that trailer for Flash looks dope as hell. I don't know if you've
It's
seen it yet.
setting up though. It's setting up the new universe though.
Is it?
I thought that was the point. It's the setup to everything.
I thought James Gunn was gonna come in there and just, whip the whole thing to shreds again. But
He
okay,
did. I think he's doing it with the Flash.
okay. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. I've
I
heard
think that was
very
gonna do
good
that.
things. Yo, did you see Evil Dead 2 yet?
No, I did not. I forgot it came out.
Oh
I thought I got another week or two.
no, I gotta go see that. I'm like, I gotta go see that. I
I
gotta
gotta
go see
see
that
it.
for sure.
I gotta see it.
Gotta go see that for sure because I'm hearing good things about it. So I'm like, yeah, gotta go see that. Like like again, the first remake, just chef's kiss. You saw your own arm off. You know it's a party. Okay, not to get too far off topic here. What we had up next is so saw a clip. Good old boys in blue, New York's finest NYPD has robot dogs and apparently some other droids on the horizon. Oh, they're already in Times Square, which makes sense if you're gonna do something. You do it in Times Square while tourists start. You start there and then you somehow wind up mostly in Brownsville or the South Bronx harassing Black and brown people. But yeah, you start there. So this is gonna be interesting because we were all afraid of robotics and mechanization replacing people. How are the pigs gonna feel when they're getting their jobs replaced by robots?
Good.
How's
Is it sad that I will trust a robot more than I trust a pig?
no, I don't know. I'm concerned.
Oh, I'm concerned. Don't get me wrong. I just said the lesser of two evils.
I don't know if that's lesser
How do you know? Unless they're
because
programmed to be biased and racist, how would you know? Because
it
technically
absolutely can. It
they
absolutely
can.
can.
But I said if they're not programmed that way, they see everything by the letter of the law. Don't care
That's a
about vegan.
problem.
Then what?
That's also a problem. But because when done correctly, there is a judgment call, a human element that is supposed to be in policing. Look, the bottom line is, given the laws on the books, remember we talked about this. Um, The American, the regular American commits 3 felonies a day they're not aware of because of the laws on the books, which means there's a good ton of police looking the other way. Technically speaking, if the speed limit is 35 and you're doing 36, you are breaking the law. If you are jaywalking, you are breaking the law. If a robot is programmed to catch lawbreakers, you
You
see where
give
I'm
it,
going?
well, that's the thing about robots. I don't think you understand it. This is the scary part because you're giving them a conscience. You give them artificial intelligence so they can adapt to things and see things.
But
And plus, when you go by a speed camera, if you go 1 mile over the speed limit by a speed camera, does it flash? No, it doesn't. If you go
I don't
10
know.
miles, huh? It
I don't
doesn't.
know.
No, it doesn't. I've done it. It doesn't. They don't, if you, if you,
Lawbreaker.
hey, I just wanted to see, hey, because I slowed down at the last second. I didn't see if I was about 1 or 2 miles over, no flash. So yes, they have the ability to say, all right, if you go on 1 or 2 miles, it's not going to flash on you. But if you go 10, 5, and longer, you just zoom past, yeah, it's going to flash. It's going to get you. But that's what I'm saying. You give the robot leeway. I said that wrong. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You give them, like I said, they're going to have the artificial intelligence and the consciousness to learn and adapt to things anyway, which is really the scary part, because then they're gonna figure out we don't need y'all motherfuckers and take over. But until that day, I think it'll be better. Yeah.
I mean, like, so are the pigs actually going to have a civil war and eat themselves? Like, wait a minute,
Cool.
why is my job being replaced by a robot?
I'm good by that. Y'all, hey, y'all versus robot, just y'all two. That's it. Don't involve nobody else. Just y'all.
Hilarious. No, the problem is like facial recognition technology has proven to be racist. Um, so yeah,
Is
I'm
it by the
not
people control it or the robot itself?
by all by itself how it's programmed. It doesn't
But see,
recognize certain hues.
that's
So
but that's how it's programmed. If you don't program it that way, the same way you basically create races anyway, the same way how regular races create. You don't program them to think that way, or if they start to, you
mm,
correct it, they won't be that way.
good point. I see your point there. So it'll be interesting to see how that's gonna go. But I have concerns because, as with all things, it's like, and put it in Baltimore terms, it's gonna start in Inner Harbor, because that's a heavy area. A lot you want to protect your tourists. Da da da. Da. Somehow it's gonna end up in West and East Baltimore.
Definitely.
It's gonna start in Times Square, but I promise you, it'll end up in Brownsville, in the South Bronx, you know, places where Black and brown people primarily live. Because, like, out of all of the arrests for not having masks, how is it Brooklyn was 50%, 50, Brooklyn was 50% black, but something like 80 or 85% of the arrests were for black people. And this is just, these stupid ass mask violations going back to COVID. So yeah, I don't trust it, but we'll see how it goes. Now, the next topic we're going to touch, this is interesting. This is interesting to me because you sent me one, I sent you the other, and I think this is I hate having the discussion but to me this illustrates somebody's out of touch. Somebody's out of touch. Um, Rocket Mortgage adds tampons to all bathrooms for menstrual equality, right? Meanwhile, the House passes a law banning trans women from competing in female sports. There's a disconnect
Yeah.
because, from a business perspective, businesses are recognizing trans people. Lawmakers are pretty much saying "fuck y'all," and I don't know who wins here. I don't know what winning even looks like.
Where the
I
money?
do know. And then that's the thing. Ironically, it's just about May. We're coming up in June, which is Pride Month. We talked about this. As a black person, I want to caution the trans community because the gay community, even though it's LGBTQ, the gay community is seems to sometimes be its own section separate from the trans community, just from the outside looking in.
I don't know
And
why.
they can tell you, come June, everybody's gonna have their pride collection. Everything's gonna be rainbow. Everything's gonna be ready to that, and a whole bunch of money's gonna be made. How much of that gets routed back to lords? Clearly not a lot, because you just had the House pass something saying trans women can't compete.
I mean, don't we
So
have
here's a disconnect. Here's a disconnect. That money. So I hear their cries. That money, whatever Nike and their rainbow Nikes and the rainbow Jordans or whatever. Just for example, right? Where's that money going, and is it benefiting causes for their community? Because June is also Juneteenth. But what we usually see is February, Black History Month stuff. Everybody, it's Black History.
we still do?
Yeah, we do.
How's that working
But
for us?
that money does get routed back. Fine, like that money does get routed back to Black causes, this, that, and the third. I'm not so sure. So I will caution the trans community. Y'all might want to make some noise because that money ain't getting routed back to no lobbyists. Apparently, that money, all that pride stuff, ain't getting routed back to places that benefit you. Because if the House passes law saying "fuck y'all," but companies are like, "Yeah, we good."
Yeah, that means company money. I don't think they care. Like, come on now, they really care about that shit? They probably agree with the politicians. They just want money. Why do you think we get this Juneteenth
Mm,
shit? Why do you think we got what? Ain't a woman month? Don't we have a women's month? And you see how
Women's
they
History Month,
did
yes.
them. And we have Black History Month. Ain't shit changed for us. So I mean, hey, all these
Well,
months and days
the
we
money
have
comes
mean
back.
nothing.
The money comes back to us though. There's plenty of
Does
Black
it?
History stuff.
What we just started to show about how ain't really changed for us, really. What in the fundamentals of our foundation of us Black people here in this country, it hasn't changed. So if money is really going into it, like, it's the Black for me. No, that money ain't going to us. God damn it! It's probably going to the fucking police fund and all these damn dogs. I'm sorry. Excuse my language, mama. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to curse.
You stupid, yo. But it's just there's a disconnect somewhere. And I'm all about, by and large, I'm about live and let live as long as what you live in don't fuck with me. You know what I mean? Live and let live, dog. I'm not trying to be crass, but I don't really care about your parts. And I say that to say, look, dog, you got respect for me, I got respect for you. You love me, I love you. I don't really care, B.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? Like my overall, my baseline is still always Black liberation. And well, actually, no, correction.
Liberation.
My baseline, thank you, is liberation, is equality.
There you go.
It just so happens to start with the Black end because we're
It
the
has
most
to.
shitted on.
Yes.
We're the most shitted on.
Exactly.
But it starts with liberation. So when the shit goes down, you aiming with me or no? That's really all
Pretty
I care
much.
about.
That's what I said.
Just honestly, that's really all I care about.
Yeah, like I said, I only care about people's mind and their heart, bro. So
Pretty
like I
much.
said, hey, I will do this. That's neutral for everybody. What is your name? What do you want to go by? And we go from there. It's not that hard.
Salute.
I'm not gonna fight you on what you want to be called, or what you do, or what you wear. I don't care about none of
Salute.
that.
But
What's your name?
I'm just like I will caution the brothers and sisters in the trans community if they riding with you, the politicians they riding with you, you might want to
Funny.
start asking some questions. You might want to start asking some questions, B, because that's a little shaky, dog. That's a little shaky. Because you got Kid Rock, goofy redneck ass out here shooting beer. Because I think it was Bud Light. They had a trans woman as a spokesperson. So now you shooting at beer with your MAGA hat on, Kid Rock.
That means Kid Rock.
Y'all so mad about, like,
That's
and
funny,
again,
cause the beer and the trans woman didn't do as much damage as the gun you used to shoot
woo,
it.
ether.
So
But
but
you know,
yeah, because yeah, dude in dresses, drag queens, all that. Yeah, they're a real danger to my life. Not the white dude in the pickup truck about to blast me. All right.
right? How many kids were how many kids were killed by a drag show? Zero.
All right. You know, yeah,
And yes,
agendas, man. Agendas.
there were kids killed by a trans person.
Yes.
Um, once,
Yeah, like I said, you want to play the numbers game.
right?
Like, let's not go there.
Yeah, you'll lose. So
So yeah.
there's that. But and this bill is probably not going to make it out the Senate. The House did it, but this bill's not going to make out the Senate. And I'll be honest with you, I don't. I already know it's easy for me to say because I don't have a daughter that's competing in sports.
That is true.
But in the grand scheme of things, the grand scheme of shit that needs our attention, I mean, I think it should be a given that trans women probably shouldn't be competing in combat sports because that
Oh
can have
yeah.
really bad
Oh yeah.
consequences.
Wait, you saying combat or contact?
Combat sports,
Oh, so you just like boxing, karate, wrestling, stuff like that.
like that can have bad repercussions.
Oh yeah. I think we've seen that already. Somebody almost
We
died there.
have this woman got her skull fractured.
Yeah, she almost died.
So
Oh yeah.
is
We don't
it
need that.
something that needs to be looked at? Yes. Is it something that needs to be looked at before reparations? No.
Yeah, that's true. We got a
But
bigger
like,
fish to fry.
no,
We do. That's
no.
true.
And I'm not saying it's not a fish that needs to be taken care of. I'm just saying there's, like you said, there's a bigger fish that needs to be looked into.
That is true.
But there's a disconnect, and I advise peeps in the trans community keep your eyes and stay woke, for lack of a better term.
I
Stay
think that's
woke.
the problem. That's what everyone needs.
Stay
They don't want you to stay woke.
woke,
Relax.
because the government and the legislation is saying he's giving you a middle finger. These companies is like, nah, we cool, dog.
Nah, the
Fist
world is
bump.
giving them the middle finger. Is the companies trying to get some money before they give you the middle finger? Let me get
Because
some money.
Africa, the countries in Africa are not with the shits like at
It's
all.
most work. It's not just
Countries in
Africa.
Africa are
It's
not
not
with the
just
shits.
them though. I mean,
I
Africa's
know
gonna
it's
go
not
from.
just them, but they lied about their
Oh
shit.
yeah, no. Africa's
They
taking
they
pride in
they
that.
li-
Yeah, we don't
they
do none of that.
loud. They loud
Yeah.
about their shit.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
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 Now
Hey, don't go in the motherland if you want. If you in that community, don't go there. I'm just telling you, don't do it.
now Africa is extreme with shit too, because Africa is still home to countries that do FGM. Africa is still certain parts of Africa still believe in corrective rape, which is like the most barbaric, archaic shit ever. So they definitely don't hold moral high ground.
No
Sorry.
one does. No one does. It's objective. So, but yeah, this is.
Watch your ass. All right, so we're gonna have a little fun here. The NBA playoffs are still going on. I'm still mad in the first round. I told you, I'm like, look, I love the play-in,
Get on my
the first
nerves.
round, but because of that, the first round should still go back to 5 games. I don't really need to see. Last night's game between Boston and Atlanta was thrilling. Should have never happened, though. Like, the series should be over. I don't need to see Boston smack Atlanta again. I don't. I don't need to see a game 7 in the first round.
I keep
But
playing.
Jimmy Butler, what? What?
Jimmy Butler,
What?
Jimmy Jordan. You know, he played just
I,
fought like
I,
father,
I'm
like
just,
son, man.
if that and Giannis and Milwaukee are gonna kick themselves because if not for that game that Giannis was hurt, we're probably having a different conversation, and it's 2-2.
He was hurt 2 games. He played one game outside of the last. Well, he played last night and then like what, 1 or 2 quarters the first game.
Wait, didn't they win the game? Didn't they win the game? Giannis was hurt.
No, they lost. That was
Okay, yeah,
game
I'm
one.
sorry. That was regular. Yeah,
He
yeah,
got
yeah.
yeah he got hurt in the second quarter or something. So
If
and
Giannis
then they
is
lost.
if Giannis isn't hurt, this is
Oh yeah, it's
probably
probably
two
be
two.
different, but I don't know because Drew Holiday's going back to being Drew Holiday. He's down back to being him, which is not good. Chris Middleton has yet to recover to be himself. It might be over because he is getting up there and he just can't stay healthy anymore.
I just didn't
And
think Chris Middleton was that dude
and
to
Bobby
begin with, but
Porter's 6 man a year candidate can't even get played anymore. That's how trash he was. He got benched. And he's already
but
come.
Lopez balled out in the midst of all of this. We forgot Lopez balled out.
And couldn't protect the rim, which is his main priority because Jimmy was just killing. And then I think the
I
biggest
mean, but
problem of the Bucks is
Jimmy's
not even
mastered
their
that
play.
mid range. Like I don't
He
have
was
to.
going to the
If I don't
cup
have
in
to,
mid range. He was going both. He was going to the cup. He hit a couple threes too, but most of the damage in the mid range and in the cup. And guess who's there? You have two of the best rim protectors in the league, most likely.
and that
Couldn't
that
stop him.
little space
Couldn't
between the
stop him.
free throw, that little space between the free throw line and the rim, That's a sweet
This is
spot.
bad coaching. This is why I said Boo knows, and everyone in the NBA knows he's a horrible coach. And that was the worst thing that could happen to Milwaukee and Giannis was them winning that title in 2021. Because now you kept this month. Because he gets out coached every time. Oh my God, he got, bruh. I don't know why. I'm not even a basketball purist, high, whatever. You saw Jimmy was cooking in the first quarter. He had 25 or 22 in the first quarter. Why are you not doubling him? Why are you not trapping him?
Just put Giannis on him 1-on-1.
No, that doesn't work. I'm sorry. Giannis is not that. He's not Scottie Pippen. Like he's a good defender. He ain't Scottie. Like that's not no. You
Yeah,
double
but
him.
you ain't
There's
shooting
no
over
one
six
on Miami
eleven.
that can beat you outside of him. He's already proven this the last couple of years. He got hot. You should trap him and make whoever is on that team beat you. Because they can't. He had one person score with double digits on that team outside of Jimmy, I think. So it's like, what are we doing? Why are we letting him play 1-on-1? He's clearly cooking everyone you got. Drew Holiday, cook. Giannis, cook. Middleton, cook. Like, there's stats to say when they were guarded, how much he scored. He was scoring on everybody. Stop. Put your pride aside as a coach. Double this nigga, man. Shoot him. Man, that pissed me off, man.
All right, we will excuse the use of the N word there.
Hold the Bucks lose, and they fire his ass, please.
Yeah. On the other side, I didn't think about it, but it's the second person saying Stephen A. said it today. Maybe it's time for Kawhi to retire.
Oh, it is. Now he went to the extreme. Stephen
No,
A. always does it.
he had a point. Cause JJ tried to correct him. You know, I ride with JJ, but Stephen A. had a good point and a good comeback. Like, yeah, I'm not sitting here. Basically, JJ was like, "Look, ain't now one of y'all played no high level ball.
You did.
I know what it is, right?"
Please.
But Stephen A was like, "Yeah, here's the thing. I'm not saying I play ball, but I talk to the motherfuckers that play ball. I talk to NBA insiders, owners, this and that. I talk to official motherfuckers, and they all like, yo, bro, need to hang it up,
He do.
because and I didn't even think about it, but I'm like, yeah,
He does.
you got two rings. We know the player you are,
He
but
going to
you
Hall of
can't be
Fame.
that guy.
He's still going to Hall. So I was,
And we can all safely say, I think we all know it. If PG and Kawhi are there,
they beat the Suns
Which is scary because Phoenix is supposed to just be steamrolling cats right now.
because they were struggling with just Russ.
Yo, and that is the one thing I am happy about. Russ changed the narrative,
Yeah,
and I'm
he did.
happy about that.
He did.
Russ showed up,
Thank
and Russ
goodness.
was beasting. Russ
I
was
mean, he
busting
played
Chris
horrible the
Paul's
last
ass.
game, but
Yeah,
but he left it on the floor. It was just him versus the whole Suns. Like Devin
yeah.
Booker and
Sometimes
Cat.
I think at certain points Russ is too athletic for his own good. Like when you just had a first step and explode, you going 90 miles an hour to the rim. I guess you'd be blinding how to make that layup because I'm like,
Yeah.
you're not supposed to be. And by the way, yeah, you're right. Ja is. We'll get to that in a moment. But Ja is. If Russ and AI had a baby, it'd be Ja.
They do it.
But
And that's kind of scaring me. Because I hope he doesn't go the D Rose route because he keeps trying to
he is.
dunk on people.
He is fearless.
But he's
I will put
slim.
anybody
He's
on a
slim.
fucking poster.
It's slim. Dog, you see how high he jumps and then when he lands? This is how he got hurt.
Bro, if he didn't land on LeBron that time,
He
he
would
might
have
be
been
done.
done.
He'd
He
be
would have
done.
been done. Oh, yeah. If LeBron was not there, oh, yeah. Oh,
Like
that'd
if
have been nasty.
LeBron
That'd
jumped
have been nasty.
instead of taking the charge,
Yeah, that'd have been nasty. That would
like
have, yeah.
he reckless abandon. Like he is AI and Russ with like fucking Vince Carter hops. It
His
is
body's not going to last. I mean, well, actually, it's proven his body doesn't last. He keeps getting hurt every year. Like, dog, I get like I respect the fearlessness. I do. I love it. But you gotta tone it down a little bit. If you want to
that's
live
how
a
you
career,
play, dog. That's how you
bro,
play.
he's not built for. Derrick Rose was bigger than him, and he couldn't withstand that. Russ kind of did in the beginning. He
I'm about
did.
to say
He
Russ is
did.
still fearless.
He did. He did.
Russ will still try to
But I
enjoy
don't
life with a
think
dunk.
even Russ wasn't trying to like dunk on people every chance he got. He would try, but he, like I said, when he does, I don't know if it's just genetics because Russ is a big dude. He's a big guard. Like he's bigger than Ja too, which is also hurting Ja because he's slim. He has a lot of explosion. I guess compression muscle or whatever. Because it's like I don't understand how skinny people can just jump out of the gym like this.
Got
Jordan,
fast twitch muscle.
that being just pure explosiveness is just like there's no muscle there, and yet they just do it. I don't know, but yeah, he's gonna either have to bulk up or he's going to change his game style if he want to play for another 10 years because he ain't gonna survive. He
I
already.
mean, he needs to borrow a page from Russ's handbook. Russ will blow by you at the 3 point line and then do that pull up in that sweet spot right between the free throw line and the rim. And if it falls, it's borderline
I
unstoppable.
mean, but
That's the
John,
same thing John needs
he
to figure
has that.
out.
He does that. He has the floor. He uses that floor a lot, which is cool. But every game I see him trying to do just kill somebody, and then I'm like, it's going to take one bad fall. He's already had a couple bad falls, but it's going to take one bad fall. You're
Right.
going to either Sean Livingston and Paul George it, or it's over.
Yeah. But can the funniest thing I've seen, boy, Twitter and the internet does not disappoint. Why did they have your man's Dylan Brooks in a Shanghai Sharks uniform? Like they like, yo, bro, gonna be in China next year. I'm like, y'all cold.
Well, that's not Chinese. I'm sorry.
That's cold. But he old. I poke bears. Okay. It ain't real till somebody give me 40. Okay.
All right, 2020. That was 40.
Bruh, you got, I'm about to say something sexist. You got sunned like bad. LeBron don't want to go left, and he scored both the layups on your ass going left.
Bro, it's ambidextrous. You actually probably want him to go right. He likes going left more. But I guess
Like
he wouldn't know
you
that
just
because he's a defensive stopper somehow and can't shoot better than anyone in this show. I guarantee you, me and you can shoot a higher percentage than that motherfucker.
you talking all this noise to arguably the greatest player that ever lived and just getting sunned.
He's entertaining, but this is how I know
It's not.
he a
It's
female
not
dog. This
though.
is how I know he a female dog. Because after all that talking, and after the 2 straight losses you got, you don't want to talk to nobody. But what's up, yo? Come on.
Right.
Even
No,
Draymond will talk shit and still, even if he takes the L, he will still come up and
he'll
say, like,
come
all
to
right,
Presley like, yo,
yeah,
we just got our ass kicked.
okay, they got me. This motherfucker talk all this crap, lose in an embarrassing way because they treat you like how they treat us. They was like, go ahead, shoot. Like, bro, you wide open for a reason. That's why you getting all them shots. And you're not making them.
None, yo.
3
You were
for
getting
19.
cooked. You were getting beasted. And it's like LeBron is just chumping you hard. It's funny to watch. Like,
He just
I
playing
poke
with you.
bears.
He just
I
playing with
poke
you.
bears. He old. Game on the line, and you just get muscled out the way. You ain't
And the
like if
funny
this
thing
is
is, he's not a little dude either. That's the funny thing. But this is LeBron.
if there's any me and my homie was talking, always like, yo, times like this is when I wish Kobe was alive.
Oh no,
Because
he'd have been horrible.
I swear
He'd
to
have
God,
dropped
this
50.
cat would have
He'd
in a
have dropped 50.
quarter
He'd have dropped 50.
in a quarter on a
He'd have
torn
dropped.
ACL
If this was Jordan or Kobe, it would have got ugly.
in a quarter.
Well,
But at least
LeBron,
drop 50 in a quarter.
casually 2020, triple dub
I
here and
took that
there.
personally.
I'm chilling.
I took that personally.
But in a way, even though he's a cornball and in a you know a thing that sprays water, I think he is kind of good. He is kind of good. I like the trash talking. I love it.
I mean, I
He
really
can't
wish
back it up, so it kind of makes it pointless, but it is entertaining. I ain't gonna lie.
because the next series, had they won, would have been interesting. Watching them go against Golden State and him talking that noisy Draymond, that would have been fun.
It'd have been a fight.
You don't want them problems because we know. See, that's the thing. We know Draymond will duff you out. Like
Well,
that's what we
that
do,
was
man.
Jordan Poole though. I wouldn't. I
That's your
wouldn't.
if you duff your man's out, if
I
you
don't
a
know.
duff your
He ain't
man's
do nothing to
out,
Tristan Thompson though, and he got punched in the face. So I don't know. That's somebody your size. So I don't know. Little Jordan Poole, man. Come on, man. You look like a bully.
I mean, and shout out to Sacramento, but I got them going home. They'll be back though. They'll be
Oh
back,
yeah,
but I
if
got them
they
going home.
lose to if they lose tonight, which I think they're playing tonight, if they lose tonight, yeah, it's over because they're not winning Gold State, so they
Yeah,
have to
it's over.
win. If it goes 7, I think Sacramento can win. If Golden State wins tonight, count the lights. It's over.
Yeah, it's over, and I think they will. It'll be fun watching LeBron go against Go in that next.
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to see.
But
We wanted to see LeBron versus Steph.
that's gonna be fun to watch. But run it back, recap. Let's wrap it on up here. Good stuff. So yeah, Andrew Lester. I'm still not ruling out. Is he wrong? Yes. Is this racially motivated? I'm not 100% sure. Wrong, yes. Racially motivated, not 100% sure. Given the amount of people that have been accidentally shot, going into a car or going to a house, going to a driveway, dear Republicans, if you have any shot in hell of winning, you might want to start a conversation because this shit clearly ain't working the way it's going. Um, Pigs in NYPD. So when the robot dog takes your job, what you gonna do? Just curious. What you gonna do? It's still gonna be fun then? Because it's not like the canine unit you have now, the real dog, it's robot dog, don't need you. So what you gonna do? To my peoples in the trans community, watch your ass. Because the companies and the lawmakers, they on different pages, fam. And yeah, that should be a concern. I'm probably not telling anything you don't know. But as a black man in this country, watch your ass. Because it, I smell profits. And I don't necessarily know them profits gonna be circled back to your peoples. NBA, yeah, I was still half right. I said Ben Carroll, Duke product, #1 overall win rookie of the year. He did. I said for Western Conference Finals, you had the hallway series, LA versus LA. I'm half right. We're probably going to get LA Lakers. I said on the Eastern Conference, Brooklyn versus Philly. I'm still half right. We're going to get Philly
Or
in the
now.
Eastern
Oh, I
Conference
don't know
Final.
about that. They're losing to Boston. Sorry.
Boston, we'll see. But your recap, sir.
All right. All right. Andrew Lester, the ride's in the pudding. Your grandson snitched on you. It's over, Brian. Um, and then yeah, Republican. Well, government in general. I mean, Democrats are kind of slick with how they want guns too, but I let that. I let you two discourse about whatever. The government still wants guns. NRA, clip is still in their mouth. So yeah. The robots. See me personally, NYPD, I wouldn't take that. You know, have a machine take my job. I would not take that lightly. I would take it personally. You know, I might just do some things. Have some malfunction. I might do the Chucky route. Just have a malfunction in that mother. Yeah, sabotage. Yeah. Well, no, please don't do that. That's gonna be a lot of people that just. Yeah, but I'm just saying, I take it personally. Yeah, trans people, man. Good word for y'all, man. The LGBTQ, ABCDEFG, all of y'all, man. It just it's tough. Um, they definitely using you for profits. All the businesses are, and then I guess the rest of the world just kind of at least they're up front with you. Say we don't ride with you, so like it's up front, so you know who your enemy is. Versus us, you don't know who our enemy is.
Because all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Keep going.
Exactly, we got enemies that look just like us, and we don't even know it till it's too late. But yeah, NBA playoffs. Yeah, this is weird playoffs. I hope to God Milwaukee doesn't. Well, actually, no, I kind of do. I want Budenholzer to get fired. He should get fired anyway, even if they somehow win the finals. He should get fired, but I don't think they are. Shout out to Jimmy. I would not mind if the Lakers somehow don't win. If Miami wins and Jimmy pulls this off, if he does this, he's a Hall of Famer. He might be a GOAT because that will be the greatest playoff run of all time. An AC winning the title, that's never happened. in history. So yeah, Jimmy is him, but I don't know how much in the tank he got to keep carrying his team like that. Um, I hopefully we'll see Golden State versus LA. That would be a great series. Phoenix versus Denver is gonna be it should go 7. Um, if we do get Miami versus the Knicks, that's gonna be old school right there. That's
Ooh.
gonna be old. That we might have '90s basketball again. That's old school.
Ooh.
I'm gonna love to watch that. That's
Just
old
for that
school.
reason alone, I need Milwaukee to lose. Just for that
Yeah,
reason.
actually, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
Just for that
Giannis. I love
reason,
you,
I need Milwaukee to
but
lose.
yeah, your coach. This is a win-win. You lose, your coach get fired. You get a better coach, and there you go. Yeah. I'm looking forward to Knicks versus Miami. This is gonna be a good second round. I just realized this is gonna be great. Boston, Philly. Oh, this second round about to be legendary.
Mm-hmm. All right. There we have it. So fair warning to our listeners and viewers. Going to take a couple of weeks. Going to be on vacation, but definitely want to get this one in. Appreciate the love. Unless this guy decides to do a solo show, which he could
Nope,
do.
I'm not.
Damn, dog, just break the listeners' hearts just like that. Okay.
You want me
Uh,
to talk to myself? I don't know how that works. I do that in my mind. I'm not trying to do that on camera.
oh my gosh, we podcast bros, man. You gotta be able to keep the
You can do
conversation
it.
going.
You act like you ain't going with no Wi-Fi. All right.
I'm
Exactly.
gonna be on the other side of the planet, but okay, cool.
They don't have
Uh,
Wi-Fi over there. I've never been there, but I'm just saying.
anywho, on behalf of myself, my co-host, man, as always, a pleasure to talk to you all. Yeah, I said it podcast. Peace.
Yeah. Well,